Zach, we've heard a lot today about how you decided to return for all the right reasons, for your teammates, for your studies. Um, for the process of deciding to return, did you also think about your draft stock at all?
I mean, yeah, it was, you hear a lot of different things and everything like that, but, at the end of the day, you got to do what's best for you personally, and you got to, kind of come up with your values and your priorities. And for me, it was, kind of, the relationships here. You can only really have them once in your life, and the NFL will still be there next year. So for me, that was one of the biggest things. And then also, like you're going to hear all about today, we have a really exciting team coming back. So you want to be a part of that and, not miss out on that.
Zach, did Harold give you any guidance on that decision to return, or did you consult with anyone else?
Yeah, no, Harold was definitely very helpful with the decision, just because he went through it. So seeing how he did it and then also talking to him about it. And then also, the coaches here and, my family were huge, and also my teammates too. So I had a lot of good people in my corner to help me make, the best decision.
Zach, from a team perspective, enjoying the success that you did towards the tail end of last year, you know that the expectations for this year are going to be so much greater. So as those expectations continue to grow, how does that help the focus, the intensity, and the understanding between the players and coaches that it's time to take that next step?
Yeah, I think camp, it definitely hits you that you're really in the fire now. And I think the thing that we've done a really good job of this offseason is, even though we've had all these, for the first time in a while, this positive press and expectations, we've done a really good job at just staying true to, we're a team that's a blue-collar team that's just going to come in and we're going to, work, and we, have this certain criteria that we have to accomplish before, we can even expect anything. So I think we've done a really good job blocking out the noise and just focusing on what we can control. And I think we're continuing that in camp. The first couple of days we've had some really successful days, and we're just looking to keep building on it throughout, the next 20 practices or so.
A couple quick ones. Who are some defensive ends you look up to or like to study, and who is the favorite quarterback you've ever sacked?
The best, I really like, obviously J.J. Watt. He's, at the top of it. But then, this offseason I've definitely been watching a lot of NFL tape to try to learn from things like that. So definitely, Calais Campbell and Von Miller, are two studs. And then from like an inside, and then Aaron Donald or even an Adrian Claiborne. There's just been, a lot of great players. And then the favorite quarterback I've ever sacked, I don't know, I'm trying to remember which the quarterbacks were. You forget all the let's go down. I think, honestly, I think the cooler ones are the dual threat quarterbacks because they're harder to catch because, they run well. So I'd probably go with Virginia Tech's a hell of a quarterback, so I'd say him, yeah.
Oh, you ask defensive guys because sometimes you get some insights on the nuances of the guys you face, right? So I know you're not going full speed, you're not taking them to the ground most of the time, but what are you seeing from your offensive line, from guys like AJ, from Anthony as he continues to come back? Because you get a better front row seat than most of us.
Yeah, starting with the offensive line, just going against them, you're not going to face a better offensive line, so they help us tremendously. From a physicality and a speed of the game, you really don't face anything like it. So they're absolutely tremendous. And then they also have so much depth. You can rotate in 7, 8 different guys. And then with AJ, there's not a bigger back or a more explosive back in the country. So dealing with that, you really have to be on point every player, else he's going to make you look silly. So across the whole, all 3 levels of the defense, he helps us all. And then, finally with QB1, you're going to get, he can throw it, run it, he can really do it all too. So, having all these weapons on offense only helps us. And I think that really showed at the end of the season last year was when they kind of hit their stride and, our practices became tougher than the game. So that's why we were able to have some success.
Zach, Zach, last year with some of the focus on Harold, you were really able to break out with 100-plus tackles. This year, do you see that happening at all, maybe with the focus on you, maybe a guy like Wyatt really kind of breaking out on the scene?
Yeah, I mean, Wyatt is a hell of a player. And, I mean, you saw even when Harold went down last year for the last, I think, 5 games or whatever it was, nothing really changed on our defense because, you know, he can do everything that Harold can do. So it's really exciting to see what he can do this year, you know, for build up that whole body of work in the season. And, I mean, he's already making crazy plays in camp, so really excited to see what he can do. And I really don't think anything too much will change throughout everything else. I think everybody will be able to produce.